Hey, Phil. Do you have a minute? I got to the wedding hall and to the waiting room for relatives when a security guard approached me and escorted me out. What's going on? I'm your sister, for God's sake. Why do I have to be kicked out?
Are you for real? You actually came?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I wasn't really up to it, but Mom and Dad said I should show up today. Thought it would at least make things look good. Like we're a normal family or something. I really didn't want to. But they insisted and I show up and this is how you treat me? I knew I should have just ignored them. I really didn't expect to be treated like some dodgy character off the street.
Oh yeah, about that. I asked the wedding hall to kick any suspicious-looking people out. In particular, I told them I had good information that my younger sister was attempting to sneak into the wedding and disrupt the festivities and ruin her brother's happiness. I even gave them a photo of you so when they spotted this penniless beggar girl, I instructed them to send you packing.
Are you for real? Besides, for your information, I'm not penniless. Why would I even try to disrupt your wedding? I have nothing to gain by doing that.
Well, I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
The fact is, you work for a company that's a client of ours, a subcontractor, to be precise. Which means me, your brother, works for the bigger company and the younger sister at a meager subcontractor. I can't believe we're relatives. I mean, the difference here is overwhelming. The truth is, you envy me so much that you would interfere with my success any way you could. Am I right?
That's where you're wrong, Phil. I don't envy at all. But I do think you're a pain in the ass.
Huh? A pain in the ass? How am I a pain in the ass?
You're being a pain in the ass right now! I was interested in joining this company from way back, and I went through a lot of hurdles to finally get this position. It just so happens that my company had business dealings with your company. It was nothing that I had planned. So why am I being held accountable? Makes no sense. You're being a total pain in the ass.
That does not change the fact that you're a subcontractor. That means your company can't survive without us providing you with work. You work at this company, which means you rely on us to survive. A bottom feeder is what you are.
Are you still living in the 1950s or something? That's the kind of small-mindedness that drives me crazy.
What are you saying, that I'm old-fashioned?
I heard that your company president and ours has been a long-time family friend for generations. So, I wouldn't make such derogatory remarks in the office if I were you. If you did something stupid at work, I would be super embarrassed. So, please, don't.
Oh yeah, bark all you want. You really think you can outdo me? We're the main contractor here, get it? Main and sub. You're the sub, Marge. Get that through your little head. As proof, although it's a weekend, weren't you supposed to work today?
Pardon me? Why?
I'm sure you know that I handle all business dealings between your company and more, right? I just called your company and demanded that they get that latest project done a week early.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Well, I can't really talk about the details because it's confidential, but when I was on the phone, the staff were in pure panic mode. So I'm pretty sure you'll be getting a call any time now. Good luck with that.
Hold on a second. Are you for real? You move a project deadline up a week? And you give no concrete reason for doing so? You can't be serious. As a business, that is not acceptable.
What have I been saying for the last few minutes? That's what it means to be the main contractor. A sub has no say in how we do business. It's probably for the better that you not attend the wedding anyway. Better if you get to work on the project. I'd rather you not be here. You just ruined the whole atmosphere.
I hope you're not dragging business into personal matters.
You better get going. Your staff is a panic.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I'd better get over there.
It's hard being penniless, isn't it? Not time to rest.
Better talk to the CEO and apologize.
Yeah, you do that. Get that project done on time, or no more further contracts.
Hello, Mr. Jensen. Can we talk?
Oh, that you, Mash? What's up?
I'm using the company line for business reasons. Sorry.
I see. Yeah, no problem. Okay, sounds like it's something important. What's up? Oh, by the way, wasn't it your brother's wedding day today?
I'm contacting you because this may be an emergency situation. Because of me.
Seriously? An emergency situation?
Was there some sort of inquiry into the current project that the R&D department is working on with my brother's company? Which, as you know, is the main contractor?
What kind of inquiry?
I think it's about Project A. I heard they were going to move the project deadline by 1 week. I was wondering if my brother had contacted the project manager, or possibly the site superintendent. Maybe you, perhaps.
Do you mean the issues we have with our main contractor? Ace Industries? Come this Monday, we plan to end the project by the end of business day.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, sorry about that. We haven't had time to put out a proper announcement, being that it's still Saturday and all. Figured we would put something out by the end of the week.
Was there a problem with Ace Industries?
Actually, yes. The guy running the whole project, the staff says he's a little, patronizing toward them. And the deadlines as well as pricing, it's all haphazard. I was getting a lot of complaints from the on-site managers and staff, and the whole situation has created a totally negative atmosphere in the workplace. We agreed to terminate the project as of Monday. We'll complete it on time, but after that, we don't intend to renew any more new contracts with Ace.
I see. I just want to verify something. The person who is in charge of the project at Ace Industries is...
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid it's your brother Phil.
Yeah, I figured as much. I'm really sorry for this, him being my brother and all.
Don't worry about it. I know all about your family situation, no worries. We have several major projects going now, and they plan to renew going forward, so as for, company profits, it won't hurt to lose a contract with Ace Industries.
I'm glad to hear that. Long as there's no major loss to the company.
But why did your brother talk to you directly about this situation?
Sorry to burden you, but you're at the office today, right? If possible, I would like to hear a bit more of the details regarding this matter. If it's okay with you, that is. Could you spare a bit of time?
No problem. I'll be here in my office. Stop at any time.
March! March, pick up!
Would you stop? What the hell do you want? I've gotten 50 messages from you in the past 15 minutes.
Well, that's because you won't reply.
I was driving. I had my phone on manner mode. Didn't see it until I got to the office. So, what's the rush? What do you want?
Get back to the wedding hall right this second.
You can't be serious. 1 minute you kick me out. The next minute you want me back. What the hell do you want? You're a real pain in the butt.
Where the hell are you right now?
Like I said, I just arrived at the office. After what you said, I was worried and decided to stop in. So, what is this? Something happened over there?
I really think I screwed up.
Excuse me?
About moving that project up 1 week.
Yeah, that's why I'm at the office. I wanted to check up on that. I just talked to the president about that, and he says the project will be terminated by the end of business on Monday. But said they will clear up any loose ends according to the contract, but they don't plan to renew next year. What's this all about? What'd you do?
That project was supposed to go to another subcontractor. I was handling several different clients and I got the subcontracting companies wrong. I thought you were working at that company and I told them to move up the project date. But then I found out the CEO of that company was my wife's relative, and a staff member contacted my boss, and long story short, they found out I was trying to hide the fact that I made a mistake on the project deadline date.
You're kidding, right?
He just came into my fiance's room screaming and yelling about it.
Let me get this straight. You screwed up with the project deadline. You tried to cover it up by blaming me and my company for the mistake. Is that what you're trying to say? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. How could you screw up the companies?
Shut your mouth. I wasn't asking for your opinion. That's why I want you back here ASAP.
Why should I go back there? That would solve nothing.
We can just say that you screwed up the project deadline.
Wait, what?
I'll work something out and all the blame can be laid at your feet.
You've totally lost it, Phil.
What?
The department I work for has zero connections with Ace Industries. That's R&D's project. And the mistake you made with the deadline date was with another subcontractor, right? I have no relationship to this project or to your company. Blaming it on me just won't fly.
But maybe.
Excuse me?
We can. There must be.
Hello? Hey, are you still there? What, is your phone busted or something?
No.
Is that you, Phil? You're not making sense. I really thought your phone totally shut down. Overheated, perhaps?
My marriage, it's over. I got a divorce. It's only been a few days.
Oh, yeah? Well, you really did a number on that subcontracting company. Owned by your wife's relative, I hear.
On top of that, I'm getting fired.
Pardon me?
At this rate, I know I'm going to get terminated. I figured I had it coming with that project deadline fiasco. But then the CEO and sales rep from your company shows up and tell us that they have terminated all future contracts with us going forward.
Yeah, I heard about that. They tell me that you were very patronizing towards them and made quite a few unrealistic demands. You created such negative work environment that they saw no other choice but to cut ties with Ace Industries. By the looks of it, it seems like you've been treating other subcontractors the same way.
But it's the duty of all subcontracting companies to obey all demands of the main contractor. That goes without saying. All these companies have no appreciation for us.
That's the kind of attitude that gets you fired.
Sorry, but I'm not fired quite yet.
To me, it just seems like a matter of time. I mean, I see zero remorse for what you did. You have no feelings of regret for all the trouble you caused those subcontractors.
Why am I to blame for everything?
Don't ask me, Phil. Like I keep telling you, you're a total pain in the ass.
Not that again.
You're not a kid anymore, Phil. Work it out yourself. See you around, big brother. My brother got divorced just 4 days after his wedding. They made him pay the entire cost of the wedding, and also a fair amount as compensation. Yes, and he eventually got fired. Due to his patronizing business methods, some clients were severely traumatized by his actions and ended up needing psychiatric care. I'm pretty sure there will be consequences for this later on. Some will probably sue him for emotional distress. At first, Ace Industries was contemplating relocating him to another branch, but due to the potential legal problems, they decided to let him go. So, now my folks were burdened with an unemployed son, with a significant debt to pay off, and potential lawsuits pending. As for me, I told my folks I was marrying the CEO of the company that Phil had severely berated. You really should have seen their faces when I gave them this news. They knew full well they could never rely on me for help. They always favored my big brother over me. And Phil hasn't changed his animosity towards me in the least. Last I heard, the three of them are living together and working day and night to pay off their son's debt.
Hey sis, did you hear about Grandma?
What? No. What's happened?
Well, she's passed away, finally. I thought that old bat would never go.
Ruth, you can't say things like that.
Why not? It's the truth. She was hanging around for ages trying to hold on to all of her stuff. I mean, what was she? Like 102?
She was 76.
Still. Anyway, now that she's gone, we'll finally be getting her will. I think I'm the one who's going to come off better though. That old bat loved me.
She loved both of us. And to be honest, I don't think now is really the right time to be discussing her will. It is insensitive and just plain wrong. We need to take the appropriate amount of time to mourn her.
Whatever. I don't really care. I just want to know what she's left me. I mean, she was quite loaded, so I can't imagine she'd have left me with, at least, she better have left me with something. Otherwise, I will be extremely angry.
It doesn't matter, Ruth. Grandma was one of the best people I knew, so show her a little bit of respect.
Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'll just tell you then that Mom will let you know when the funeral is.
Fine. I'll see you there then.
Whatever. Ha ha ha! Guess what, Scarlett? Scarlett.
What, Ruth?
Well, as you probably know, it was Grandma's will reading today. And, oh boy, it was so good. I mean, you probably don't know yet, do you? Because you had to go back to work and all, so you couldn't stay around for the reading. But boy, oh boy, I have got the best deal out of all of this. LOL.
What do you mean? How have you got the best deal or whatever?
Wouldn't you just love
How have you got the best deal or whatever?
Wouldn't you just love to know? LOL. It's much better than what you got.
What? Look, stop leaving me in suspense and just tell me what you're on about.
Fine, fine. If you really want to know. Grandma left Mom most of her stuff. You know, clothes, shoes, and jewelry, and a little bit of money. And you got an old house in the middle of nowhere. LOL.
And what did you get?
Me? Oh, not much. Just, $20 million.
What?
I know. I mean, how awesome is that?
Since when did Grandma even have $20 million?
I don't know. But what I do know is that I am the best off from this will, and my life has gotten significantly better. I mean, just think of all the amazing things I can now do in my life with this money. If only she had kicked the bucket sooner. I could have had all this money way before now. Oh well, at least I have it now.
Ruth? How could you say that about Grandma?
Because I would rather have the money over Grandma still around.
What?
Do you want to know the first thing I'm going to do with this money?
Not particularly, to be honest.
Well, I'm going to tell you anyway. The first thing that I'm going to do is buy myself the biggest, nicest, and most expensive house. Then I'm going to check out my entire wardrobe and then buy all of the most expensive and glassy things I can find. and I doubt it'll even make a dent in my money. This is the best day of my life.
But where did she get all of that money?
Apparently it was something to do with stocks and savings and things like that. I don't really know. And to be honest, I don't care. As long as I get all of her money, I am more than happy.
But what about the rest of us? I mean, what on earth is this house that I've supposedly been left? Where is it? What does it look like? Why have I only got a house and you got all of that money?
It's hilarious, isn't it? Like, you actually put time and effort into knowing Grandma and spending time with her and everything, and yet she still gave me all of her money. I didn't even spend any time with her, and she gave me everything. I just can't believe it.
No, neither can I. Doesn't matter though. If that is what Grandma wanted to do with her belongings, then that's fine. I'm not going to fight with you over this. She left me what she thought would be what I needed, and I'm not going to get upset over what she decided to leave me in her will.
Well, you say that now, but I've seen a picture of the house that you've been given, and it really isn't the best looking thing. It's basically falling down. I mean, the roof is collapsing in, there's rot in the wood from the looks of it, some of the windows are smashed, and there's just a load of maintenance work that needs doing. It's going to cost you a load of money. If anything, Grandma's left you with a money pit, and you're going to end up losing all of your money trying to fix it.
That can't be true. I mean, she wouldn't do that to me. Would she?
Well, apparently she has, LOL. So much for being the good little granddaughter. You thought that the act would get you everything you needed from her, and yet she clearly didn't fall for your act. In fact, from the looks of it, she was incredibly annoyed considering she's left you pretty much nothing.
Well, I'm sure I can make something out of this.
Uh-huh. You keep thinking that. Anyway, I've got a load of money burning a hole in my pocket that I need to go and spend. See ya.
Uh-huh. Hey Mom, I just finished talking with Ruth and she said that Grandma left me an old house in her will. What's that all about? I mean, especially considering she left Ruth $20 million.
Oh, sweetie, I know that you're probably quite disappointed at the minute about everything that has happened, but I'm afraid I can't do anything about the will. Believe me, if I could, I would have given myself a little bit more money.
Yeah, but why has Grandma left it all to Ruth? She didn't even like Grandma all that much, and she definitely never visited in all of the years that she was alive. I bet Ruth couldn't even pick Grandma out of a photo with a bunch of other people in it. That's how much she didn't care about her.
Yes, but if it's what your grandmother wanted to do, then we need to respect her wishes.
It's not that I'm not respecting her wishes. I'm just confused is all.
You and me both.
Well, tell me about this house that I've been left then.
Well, apparently it is your grandmother's birth house. She was born there and grew up there. It's a lovely place, like quite a big farmhouse in the middle of some farmland. The house itself is beautiful and full of space, and there's quite a lot of land that goes with the property as well. Of course, we'll probably need to do a bit of work on the place, as no one has been there in years, but I'm sure it's nothing that you can't handle.
Well, I'm not exactly the richest, you know. Apparently that's all gone to Ruth. So I probably can't even afford to restore it even a little bit.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Mom?
Look, I don't know what you want me to do about it. I have enough problems to deal with without adding yours onto them as well. Maybe you could ask your sister for a little bit of money to do the place up. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Have you met Ruth? She won't give me a single penny of that money, despite her not needing all of it.
Well then, you better start saving up, shouldn't you? If you want to keep the place and do it out to do it.
But from what you've said, that house is going to take a lot of money to deal with.
Well, yeah, it probably is.
I suppose at least it's a place where I can actually settle down. I mean, I'll finally be able to stop renting and wasting all of my money on tiny, rubbish flats where the landlord can't be bothered to deal with any of the problems that inevitably come up because they can never be bothered to actually keep their houses in a suitable living condition.
Yeah, that should be good. It's nice to know that you're looking on the bright side. Anyway, I've got to go now. I'll talk to you later, sweetie.
Bye, Mom.
So, Mom told me that you're going to move into that house that Grandma left you.
Yeah? So what?
So it's true? You're actually going to move into that run-down piece of garbage?
It might not be the most up-to-date house, but it's got potential. It's got potential. I'm just going to take my time and fix it up as and when I can.
Haha, LOL. That's quite hilarious. I mean, here I am with my dream house, which I just bought for $10 million, and there's you, stuck with a falling down shack. You must be so jealous of me. I mean, I would be if I were you.
I'm not jealous of you, Ruth. Money isn't everything, you know. Besides, it's not just the house that Grandma left me, but the land surrounding it as well. Quite a few acres, actually, including woods and even a small lake. I really think that I might have gotten the better end of the deal here.
Uh-huh. You keep telling yourself that if it helps you to feel better. I just wanted you to know that I am about to go on a month-long vacation to Bali with my new boyfriend, Derek. He and I met in this really famous bar. You know, one of those high-end exclusive places. Yeah, we really hit it off, and now we're going to get better and better. Shame yours doesn't.
My life is perfectly fine. In fact, I love my life, and I wouldn't change anything about it. I like the house that Grandma left me, and I think that with a little bit of hard work and dedication, I'll be able to turn it into a lovely place to live. Not to mention that I've also been left quite a bit of land, so I could possibly do some farming or something. I don't know. Perhaps I could set up a little local farm shop or something like that. Either way, you won't make me feel bad for my inheritance. I think it's a much nicer thing than just money. Grandma wanted to make sure that I had somewhere nice to live when she was gone.
Blah, blah, blah. You keep telling yourself that, but we both know that you'd rather have the money over a rundown house any day. But if you want to keep lying to yourself about things, then fine. I've got $10 million to go and spend. See ya.
Goodbye, Ruth.
Scarlett, hey, how are you? I know it's been a few years since we last spoke, but you know, I thought that maybe we should have a catch-up and stuff.
Ruth? Yeah, it's been quite a while. I think I can figure out some time to meet up with you. It would be nice to catch up and see how you're doing.
Great. Then maybe we can meet at that old farmhouse that Grandma left you? That is, if it hasn't completely fallen down by now.
No, it's not fallen down. In fact, I've managed to do it up really nicely. It's my home now.
Your home? Like, you actually live there?
Yeah. It wasn't easy getting it all set up, let me tell you. I had to put a lot of hours and hard work into fixing everything that I could. I also spent a lot of time on YouTube learning how to rebuild a home. LOL.
Hang on. Are you telling me that you actually fixed that house up all by yourself?
Huh? Oh, no. I did what I could to try and save as much money as possible, but I called in professionals when I really needed them. There was no way that I was going to risk trying to do any electrical stuff. I didn't want to burn my home down before I'd had a chance to even live in it. LOL.
I see. So it's all up to scratch now then? Looking as good as new?
Yeah, it looks really good actually. I couldn't be happier with the place. And because Grandma left me the place in her will, I don't actually have to pay any mortgage on it, as it was all paid off already.
Oh, that's great. So I'm guessing that the value of the place has really shot up then?
I guess so. It's certainly worth a lot more now than it was when I first got it.
How much would you say it's worth?
I don't know. Why are you so interested anyway? You have $20 million. I don't think whatever my house is worth is really worth your attention.
Well, you see, I don't actually have that money anymore.
What do you mean you don't have it anymore? What happened?
I spent it all, so now you need to give me half of the money from the house.
Huh? What on earth are you going on about?
You heard me. I spent all of my money.
How have you managed to spend $20 million in 2 years? That should have lasted you a lifetime.
Well, the mortgage on the house I bought was astronomical. Plus, I spent a load of money on things that I simply wanted to do or own. I quit my job because who wouldn't when they were rich? But with no other income, I had money going out and nothing coming in to replace it.
Jeez, Ruth. How could you be so careless?
Whatever. Look, it doesn't matter. All that matters now is that you give me half of the money that the house and the land costs. It's only fair that you share it with me. I mean, With a house that big and all the property done up and the land as well, you could probably sell the place for a few million. Then you can give me half of it.
That's not happening, Ruth.
What? Yes it is. You have to give me that money.
What? Why would I have to do that? You never shared your inheritance money with me. Not only that, but to get the money you're talking about, I would have to sell my house. This is my home. I live here. I'm not going to sell it just to give you money that you don't deserve.
But that's not fair. Grandma gave you a house and only gave me money. Why should you get a stable place to live whilst I have nothing?
You didn't have nothing, Scarlett. You had $20 million. You've just frittered it away like a moron.
I was having fun.
And now you're broke.
If you don't do what I say, then I'm going to sue you. Get that money either way.
Uh-huh. Good luck with that. Though I doubt you actually have anything to go off of. But it'll be funny to see you try to sue me for not giving you my inheritance.
I'll do it. Just you wait and see.
I look forward to it. Now, I'm guessing that you don't actually want to meet up, do you? You just wanted to try and see how much money I've actually got?
No, I don't want to meet up. Why would I want to meet up with someone who won't even share their money with me? I mean, a good sister would. So what does that make you?
It makes me not a fool. Look, I'm not going to sit around and let you try and make me feel guilty simply because you spent all of your money. If you couldn't be sensible enough to invest some or be cautious about how much you were spending, then that's your fault. I'm not going to uproot my entire life to finance your mistakes.
Ugh, you are the worst sister ever.
Uh-huh. Whatever, Ruth. I'm going to go now. Good luck with things.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Just wait. I'll get that money.
Goodbye, Ruth. After Ruth tried to make me give her half of my inheritance, I decided to cut her out of my life for a little while. Not permanently, but just long enough to let her calm down and come to realize how crazy her request was. She did try to get lawyers involved, but after hearing what she actually wanted to do, none of them actually took her case on as they knew that there was nothing to her claims. From what I've heard, she's had to get a job again in order to earn some money. Hopefully she'll learn her lesson on how to be more financially sensible, although I doubt it.